Hello guys, welcome back to another reaction video here on Our Eyes Your Eyes. I'm ready to watch episode 6 of a Vivy Fluorite Eyes song. But before starting this video, I just want to remind you a few things. For example, subscribe to the channel, click on the notification bell, leave a like to support me, and join me on other social media like Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Plus, join me in this adventure because it's so great till now. Okay, we saw in the last episode that Vivy was reaching that island together with Matsumoto, but now let's see what's going to happen because there is a counter-attack or something like this. Are you ready to join me with this? Check it out. Who is this boy? Oh, maybe it's the husband of that couple? Yes, it's him, I'm pretty sure. That's the husband of the couple. I mean, he married the AI. Oh. Maybe I understand why he wanted to marry an AI. That's him, right? Yes. Oh, I mean, that's her? Oh. Every time he meets Vivy, it's a problem. Right. Yes. She has a double mission. Ah. No, I think in the future you will thank her. Oh, she was. Oh, he was the master. Laugh. He will never agree, in fact. Oh no. Try to escape from there. If he cares, because there is always a question mark. So, I thought that the AI he married was the same AI. No. Or yeah. No. It was she the same? Yeah, in fact, in the opening, she's singing it. Oh! Yes. Maybe she, I mean, he was your patient. Yeah, he married her, right? In fact, he married over there, too. Oh, don't tell me. I don't think he will be able to say it to you. Be careful what you say. You just have to thank her. Oh, so beautiful, baby. Oh, that shows a frame of his background story. I would like to know more about him, yes. Whoa! Thank you! Thank you! Finally you understood. Oh, here we are. That was fast. Eh? What does it mean? Oh yes, it never happened before. Ah. Ah, okay. Wait, what's wrong? What happened? Ah. Yeah, but the ring, I mean... Yeah. Yes. Oh no. I understand, yeah. Oh! Okay. Where's the real Grace? Ah, yeah, because she's used for that purpose, yeah. What the F? Oh, this is something crazy. Oh no. Now I understand that it's a scene. Oh no way. But it's impossible to have a new mission rather than what you have already. Eh? Of course it was not what she wanted. Of course she can't, because yeah, it was implanted. Yes. Yeah, because she was singing to you. Oh, that's so sad. Of course she will help you. Of course she will help you. Pretty sure. Let's try. No! No, don't tell me that. Oh no. Exactly. Yeah, but it didn't work so well too, I think. Okay, what's the other way? No, what? No, no, whoa, whoa, whoa! No, the... Oh my... Oh... Yes, but... Vivy. Ooh, I think it's painful for her too. I don't... Ooh! No. But this is because... Oh! looking great, actually. Oh wow, it's like a robot. But this is brilliant. The Wit Studio made a great job. Whoa! At the end, it's her song, so she can handle it. Whoa! Something crazy. Beautiful. I mean, beautiful to watch. This is a heaven for eyes. Ah, careful. Oh yeah, that was the same that said welcome. Yeah, it's so hard for him, but wow. Wow! Ooh! She found her. Wow, it's like pain, you know? It's like Nagato. Oh! She's smiling a little bit. Everything stopped. Yeah. It's hard. Disaster. What a disaster. Oh no. Oh. Oh no, no, no. no, no, no. Oh. Oh, I couldn't resist this time. In fact, I was crying, especially at the end. Okay, at the beginning of the episode, we saw that Dr. Psyche, he is the younger boy that we saw at the beginning, and let me tell you, quite obvious, because we were talking about him and this couple he created with an AI, with Grace. We understand, thanks to this background story, all the pain he felt throughout his life. The fact that he was abandoned since he was a child. He couldn't find other people to care about him except for this nurse, that is Grace. The fact that he wanted to marry her was because nobody was there for him except for her. The fact that she was there, it was not because she was an AI, but because she was a presence, because she was there. And I think that in that case, it didn't matter if it was an AI or a human being, but the fact that somebody could care about him and somebody could hug him in that way or singing to him in that way. This made him feel as if he was protected, as if he had a shelter, as if he had a part of himself by watching somebody else. And I think this was amazing because this Dr. Psyche was so lonely and he didn't have other people next to him. He was completely abandoned, and let me tell you honestly, Saiki-san no Oka-san, I mean, his mother was something crazy. I mean, the fact that you have a child and you abandon him and you create a new family without caring about him, this is disgusting. And we saw this many times, not just in anime, but even in real life. There are mothers like this. They make kids and then they abandon them and they create new families and they don't care about their previous children. I don't know how this could be possible because I'm putting myself in these mothers' positions, and I think that I would have never behaved something like this. If I have a child and then I find another man or I can recreate my life, I don't think that I will abandon that kid just because it's part of my previous life or just because I'm creating a new family from now on. I think this is so miserable. I can feel the pain of Saiki-san when he decided to propose to Grace, because throughout those years she was the only one who was there for him and who was taking care of him, and he was happy together with her. That's why I think that when he discovered that she was used for other purposes and he knew that this could have let them feel pain, or even if it's not a real pain, okay? But in Saiki-san's opinion, I think she was not an AI. She was Grace. He was considering her not a robot that had to follow orders, but as if she was a real person. And the fact that she was used like that made him feel so bad because he wanted to protect her as much as she protected him in that moment in the past. And he wanted to take care of her as much as she was taking care of him when he was at the hospital. It was a feeling of sharing feelings together, and I like when I see that these AI, sometimes you see in their eyes or in their expressions that it seems that they feel something anyway. And I still don't understand why, because in real life when we meet a robot we don't imagine that he or she is going to blush or that they are saying sentences like, it's not that I want to marry anyone, it's also because of you, Tatsuya. So all these sentences that reminds me of a human being's feelings. This is quite suspicious still. I still have to get in touch more and more with this story, but the professor was creating Stella, was taking care maybe of Grace too. I mean, he is behind all these AI and he is behind of a diva too. So we need to learn more about him, and in fact there was a frame of his past life too in this episode, and it was quite interesting because I think then the more we reach the end of the story, the more we will get in touch with his life and how or why he decided to create these AIs, or why he wanted to have these creatures next to human beings. If we see Tatsuya, I think that he was really innocent. I mean, at the beginning it seemed that he wanted to attack this island without a purpose, but in this episode everything came on surface and we understand everything. We understand how he wanted to save Grace. And the moment in which Vivy, not Diva, but Vivy, she said that she wanted to destroy her, to destroy Grace, we see the pain in Tatsuya's eyes. I think it's so clear. And yeah, because in that moment when he heard that even Grace was about to be destroyed, it seems that part of his life was destroyed too. And maybe Tatsuya felt as if he was abandoned once again, as if he was lonely once again. I felt it for real. That's why I was crying hard, because I think no matter if it's an AI, or in the case, look, even in real life, no matter if it's an animal, a pet, okay, or a human being, I think we human beings, we are able to create special bonds even with things that are not human beings. It can be an object, it can be a memory, it can be a pet, it can be a human being, it can be whatever. We are able to create these bonds, these red strings, okay, like the akaito. I don't think it's connecting just to human beings. I think it can connect with everything. It depends on us. It depends on what we really care about. Tatsuya felt a loss of pain, and that's why he decided to end his life, because except for Grace, he felt as if he was useless, as if he was abandoned once again, as if he didn't have anybody else next to him, and this was a trauma for his life. And that's why once nobody was there around him anymore, he preferred to end his life. Tatsuya also asked Vivy if Grace said one last word or something, and she said no. But actually, I think Vivy forgot to tell him that she smiled a little bit, don't you think? I mean, if you really watch that moment in which Vivy is attacking her for the last time, we see that she's having a sort of a smile. So I think that if Tatsuya knew that, he could have felt differently, because Grace didn't want to hurt human beings, and the fact that by using her, people could have been hurt, she was sad too, because she was not following this mission anymore, even if her mission was rewritten. But anyway, her main mission was there to protect people or to make them happy. The fact that she was attacked and all that island was destroyed, it was something good for Grace, because she could have come back to her main mission, that means make people happy. The fact that she was smiling a little bit, it's something great, and Tatsuya needed to know that. I don't know why Vivy didn't say, look, she didn't say anything, but she was smiling. Maybe things would have been different, but of course, AI, they don't have this empathy, they don't have this sensitivity to catch these moments or these details, maybe, and that's why she didn't say it. Grace felt free once again, free from that bad mission she had. She smiled also because by making people happy, she probably was smiling because Tatsuya was saved, and she thought, okay, now that Tatsuya is saved, he can be happy again, even if it's without me. But of course, it was not like this. I want to say one thing that I skipped in the previous commentaries, and I want to tell it to you now, because do you remember when I was telling you that Vivy is searching for this answer about what does it mean to put your heart into something? I mean, she's searching all the times meaning of things, as much as Violet Evergarden did in her story, do you remember? Of course. But I wanted to make another parallelism, and sorry, in this moment I'm about to put a spoiler regarding the last movie of Evangelion, 3.0 plus 1.0. So if you don't want to know this, if you don't want to hear this, please skip the video. I mean, skip this part of the video. Because, yeah, by thinking about this story, it reminds me, I mean, Vivy, she reminds me of Ayana Mirei. Why do I say this? Is because even Rei, the clone of Rei, because Ayana Mirei is dead in Evangelion, in the previous movies, but in the last movie there is a clone of Ayana Mirei that is not the main one, but she resembles her, and even in that case she is trying to know more about what does it mean this, what does it mean that. When she's looking at a baby boy, I mean a tiny infant that is a boy, she's asking the other people of the village. I told you already, you can go and check out the comments and thoughts regarding this movie, that it's on the channel. But anyway, she's asking, what is this? What's a boy? What does it feel to love? What does it feel to feel these things? What does it mean arigato? What does it mean thank you? What does it mean good night? I mean, she is trying as a clone to get some human beings' feelings, and she's trying to get in touch with this strange world for her that means to get in touch with the human beings and to try to understand them, to try to understand what they do, how they do it. She reminds me of Rei, the clone of the real Ayana Mirei, the Ayana Mirei that we know in Evangelion, who got in touch with Shinji at the beginning, etc., etc. But yeah, I think that they have some similarities. These stories, they are so amazing because you can put them together and it's so brilliant. At the end of the episode, we see that Vivy is touching blood, and that's the contrary of her mission. I mean, this is something opposite because she's supposed to make people happy by singing, but at the same time she found blood and Tatsuya died. The reason why he died is because of probably her song, because her song was sang by Grace, and by killing Grace you kill even the song. And for the fact that Vivy has this great mission to fulfill, that means to make people happy by singing, now there is a moment in which Vivy is, it seems that she's confused and she seems that she doesn't know what to do. This is the first time she has this confusion, and it's interesting because, as I was telling you, AI, they don't feel confusion, they don't feel anything. But as I was telling you in previous commentary, there is anyway a parallelism with the robots and human beings, because I was telling you, they are made of data and we are made of nerves who are sending info to the brain. So it's almost the same if we think about that. We can be considered as machines because our brain is like an engine and our organs, they are working together to fulfill their goals every day. That means to make us feeling healthy. Are we machines? Are we human beings? When we start to be a machine and we stop to be one? When we started to be human beings and we stop to being one? This is really interesting. We are something complicated. And as you all know, 80% of our brain is unknown. We can't know what's inside our brain still. And this amazes me because we pretended to know everything about our body, but there is still something that we don't know. And it's like a complicated machine. We know that our brain is the main engine because if you turn off the brain, you turn off everything of our body, because we are connected by nerves and these nerves are communicating info to the brain. We should study anatomy. But okay, this is interesting. See, every time we find the connections between the robots and human beings, and this is quite great. I really like that. Last but not least, yeah, I don't want to forget this. Thank you so much with the studio. Congrats, because in this episode I think you made it for real. 100%. The animation was stunning. The graphic was amazing. I don't know what to say rather than this, because it was a pretty nice episode. So I want to congratulate, because I think With the Studio is a great studio, and they are showing you in this episode how powerful they are. And I hope in the future that they can create other amazing stories like this, because they deserve it. Good job. Good job, Wit. Thank you so much for what you have created, because I was amazed. I mean, as I was telling you during the reaction, it was like heaven for eyes. Okay, last thing. There is this contraposition inside the diva, because she can be diva, but she can be Vivy. And diva has a mission. She has the mission to make people happy by singing, while Vivy has another mission. She has the mission to destroy all the AIs in order to create a better future. And this is something contradicting somehow, because she's an AI, but she's about to destroy all AIs. Wow. But yeah, this contraposition of these two entities, these two women that they seem so different, even when they look other people. Diva has some great eyes, but Vivy, she seems to be angry, she seems to be a badass woman, okay? While Diva, she is kinder, she wants to fulfill her goal. This contraposition is so nice to watch, because every time she's turning her personality, her data, she is changing for real. Okay guys, I think for this episode that is it. I hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned, because next week I come back with episode 7 of Vivy Fluorite Eyes Song. In the meantime, feel free to subscribe to the channel, click on the notification bell. Bye guys, see you in the next video.